Anyway, as you know, one of the things that we've tried to do in the Rilling administration is to put together groups of people with various degrees of expertise who all have a common goal to accomplish a mission. We started out with the SONO task force, which was looking at issues facing, the challenging issues facing SONO, and their task is to make recommendations as to how to improve SONO for businesses and how to attract more businesses into SONO. The next task force that, or the next group of people I put together was the Business Advisory Council to advise my office in a variety of ways. One is to help me select the Economic Development Director, and that's moving forward rather quickly. And also to discuss and work with the Chamber of Commerce, the economic development person, in order to find ways to attract businesses and investors to come to Norwalk. We also have the Energy Task Force, and Energy and Environmental Task Force, and they're moving forward rather quickly, and they're tasked with making recommendations on energy efficiencies and how we can conserve energy and how we can protect our environment. Now we're embarking on a new task force. A task force which will be focusing on the central Norwalk area. When I say central Norwalk area, I mean West Avenue from probably the Turnpike down to Wall Street, and Main Avenue up to Cross Street, or whatever boundaries the task force decides to set. I was originally going to call this the Wall Street Task Force, but Jackie Lightfield recommended that we call it Norwalk Central. Center. Norwalk Center Task Force. And that's what this task force will be focusing on. Again, if you look at the center of Norwalk, you see some things happening in some areas. You see other areas that are really struggling and need to have things start to happen. And this task force will be meeting on a regular basis to discuss what is needed in the area and how we can bring those changes about, and how we can go about making Norwalk Center more attractive for investors, for businesses to come into, and to kind of breathe new life into that area that's been struggling for quite some time. We have put together a group of people with a common interest. We have State Representative Chris Perrone, Councilperson Jerry Petrini, who owns a business on Wall Street. We have Councilperson David Watts, whose district this falls in. We have Jackie Lightfield, Diane Palladino, and Rick McQuaid.
Mary Beth Becker.
Mary Beth Becker. Sorry, I always get you two confused. It says Diane Palladino down here. Sorry, Mary Beth Becker.
So we know another person on the task force.
There you go. So let me go back over that. We have Chris Perrone, who is a state representative. We have Jerry Petrini, who's a council person and business owner on the Wall Street area. We have David Watts, who's District A. He's the common council person for that district. We have Jackie Lightfield, we have Mary Beth Becker, and we have Rick McQuaid, who just happened to walk in at the wrong time. Another person that's on the...
There are no accidents here.
Another person that is on the task force is Dominic Miro, the owner of the New York Bakery, who can't be here right now. He had another meeting, but he did indicate his interest in attending. And there will be lots of different things that the task force will be looking at, sort of like the SONO task force. They'll be looking at parking. They'll be looking at the cleanliness of the sidewalks in the streets and buildings that might need attention. They'll be looking at virtually anything and everything that they're going to set as the priority. What usually works very well is for a group that has this kind of a challenge to list 5 or 6 or 7 different things that they feel are important to an area, and then determine how they're going to make those things come about or make those things happen. And I found that by putting together people with various degrees of expertise, various degrees of concern for areas and for that have a common goal, we can accomplish a lot of things. Not one person can accomplish everything, but everybody can accomplish something. And by putting groups of people together, working towards a common goal, I find that's a very, very effective way to reach those goals and to accomplish things and to make improvements that we feel are necessary for the city of Norwalk. Right now we have 2 projects for the Norwalk Center area. Recent information that we've received, very positive. We're very optimistic that those projects will be moving forward quickly, and that's certainly going to be a part of the challenge that these individuals will be facing, working with the developers and working with the other surrounding business owners and residents to kind of ease through that process. So I thank them all for serving. I don't know, anybody wishes to comment? Jerry, Chris?
Sure. Well, thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank Mayor Rilling for putting this task force together and for everybody that's here around the table. The issue that I find, first of all, this area that we're talking about is just about, most of it is just about dead center in the middle of my legislative district, but the bigger issue is the fact that wherever I go, people are saying, you know, I like what's happening in Sono, I like, Cap Pasture Beach and things like that, but they want to know what's going on with the center of Norwalk, the Wall Street area, West Avenue, and when things are going to happen. And which says to me that people want the city to focus on this area, to rejuvenate the area, to really to make it once again the community center that that it's history has shown is been a big part of Norwalk. So I think that's the broad view of what our efforts are, but really I think that it's a great opportunity for this group to come together and really focus on what we think are going to be the priorities and the deliverables and the action items that we're going to need to put forward to make downtown Norwalk a dynamic place that invites families and businesses and just and gets it going. So it's great to be here.
Yeah, I'll just say a few words. Once, I'd also like to thank the mayor for putting this task force together and also giving me an opportunity to serve on it, because as a lifelong Norwalker and a business owner on Wall Street and as a member of the Common Council, I really want to work together to get this area. I mean, that area on Wall Street is a diamond in the rough. And everybody who grew up here can remember, we basically had 2 centers in Norwalk to go shopping. It was down in South Norwalk and over on Wall Street with all the stores that have come and gone. And if some thought and with just some perseverance, Wall Street area can work. I mean, if you give the people something that they need and they want and you do it right, they'll come. And sometimes, though, you need a little help to get there. So I'm looking forward to getting this area that has been neglected for one reason or another for so long. Complicated issues with developing and recessions, but I think we're on the right track, and I'm only too willing to get going and help serve and get this area going.
Mary Beth, you want to say something?
Mary
Okay.
Beth?
Slide it down.
I just walked in.
You could do your walk-in speech.
Yeah.
So Norwalk 2.0 has been operating in the Norwalk Center area for the last 4 years as the quasi-economic development entity, CT Main Street, and arts organization. So we are thrilled that we have a mayor and Mayor Rilling who has recognized that the city can do things with the Norwalk Center area. And we are excited to work with this great cast of characters, even though Rick just walked in, to really pull together all of the levers and resources that the city has to make Norwalk Center the awesome downtown that we know that it is. I would probably be remiss if I didn't plug the fact that Norwalk 2.0 is debuting its trailer for the documentary about Norwalk Center and the Wall Street area and some of the projects that Norwalk 2.0 has done, and that is tomorrow night at Fat Cat. So that's pretty much it for me.
I'm good.
You're good? Rick, did you?
No, I'm just, just excited to be part of this ad hoc committee. I think I've worked with Jackie a little bit on the Wall Street area earlier, and then with the trailer of the movie tomorrow night. I'm pretty excited because there's some parts in there that I might be part of.
Yes, you are.
But we've had a lot of interest in the town clerk's office on the history of Wall Street over the last year. And so now I can bring some of the things that other people have looked for, some of the residents have been looking for as far as the history of Wall Street, of which I think I agree with Jerry, is we've been lifelong residents, and at one time Wall Street was the in place. I mean, you Greens, you had, Janung's, you had all the stores and everything that brought you there, the record shops, the bookshop. So it was a bustling place, and I do believe that we will be bustling in that area and right off the road of it too. So I look forward to working with the committee, and I thank the mayor for appointing me to the committee, and look forward to working with the group.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is particularly exciting to me. For the first 9 years of my life, I grew up on Berkeley Street, which is right off of West Avenue. And I would walk down to Wall Street. I'd go to Kittytown.
Yeah.
Actually, Kittytown at one point was on West Avenue. We used to go to the Mid-City Roller Rink, which was right across from the old police department. And we used to go to the Norwalk Theater, which is now being renovated. I don't know if it's going to be called the Globe Theater, the Norwalk Theater, or what it's going to be called.
The Wall Street Theater.
The Wall Street Theater. But I used to walk down there and go to the movies with my brother and my sisters, and walk down to Greens and Sears and Roebuck and A&P and all those places that were down there at one point. So I think everybody here at the table, and virtually everybody in Norwalk, can see the potential for this particular area. It's just a matter of breathing new life into it, getting people to get as excited about it as we are, and to have them start investing and opening small businesses in the area. And I think with the Waypoint project that's starting, that's almost completed, and then across the street they're going to make some more affordable housing with POCO and Head of the Harbor South and other things happening. I think it's only a matter of time before that is a thriving area once again, and we want to be on top of it to help guide that process so that we can work with whomever to make sure that everything is done properly and that we are moving forward in the right direction. So if you have any